All right, so we back for another one, and this time this is Seattle, Washington. This is the Seattle, Washington Capitol building, all right, way across the country. So I did Alabama and Mississippi down in the south. Now I went way on the west side of the country, Seattle, Washington, and this is the Capitol building. All right, so let's take a look at the Capitol building, all right, in Seattle, Washington. Okay, it said it was built in 1928. All right, so 1928. All right, so they actually say that this was the original completed in 1856. So they tore this one down and they built this fine structure. So let's look at the population back there. What's interesting about this picture, you know, they got 10-3-13-26. But the picture I can find of the building of itself is this right here, and you see they got the scaffolding around the antenna part, that the top part. But look at this part. All right, just look at the background. Just look at the background of these photos. It just looked like something destructive happened. And I'm gonna tell you something. I really went down a rabbit hole in Seattle, and I'm about to show you why. All right, so this is Seattle in the 1900s. They say that building was built in 1928, all right, somewhere around there. And I went to the 1900s and just did some research. And like I said, look, earth moving going on. It looked like something happened. Look at the mounds of dirt. Okay, this is in Seattle, all right. You can see the structures of the homes, okay, you know, standard wonders. Look at the poles. Just look at the quality of the homes in Seattle. And like I said, some bad have always happened. Just look at the mud. Power lines already established. You know, power lines already established. Electricity already ran. You know, I haven't dove into, I'm quite sure in the early 1900s, you didn't have power trucks running up to run these power lines. But that's neither here nor there. So let's look at Seattle workforce. All right, so we can see some bad have happened. All right, we don't know what it is, but just look at the debris. Okay. Okay, so this is from 1907. All right, so this is from 1907. All right, look at the destruction and just look. Homes are already up, but it looked like some bad came through there. All right. All right, this is another picture I found. Okay, 1910. I don't know what happened in Seattle, but just look at the destruction let's just look at the destruction. Look. All right, this is around the time that building was being constructed, okay? Okay, and this is another picture I found. You can go right here to Seattle PI, all right, and get these same pictures. Okay, so this was pretty much the area, all right, back when they said that building was constructed, okay? Just look at this building, the Rome style columns. Every building I done showed y'all looked like they was built in Rome, and there go the part where the airships usually can land at. Then this was a waiting area up here. But you had these buildings all over. And like I said, something happened. I don't know what happened. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. All I know is we ain't building architect like this no more. Just look at this building. Just look at it. Airships usually can park on top. You hang out up here, you go down, but look at the columns. And they want us to believe that that's the workforce that constructed these buildings. Okay. That's what history have wanted us to believe. All right. But like I said, y'all jump in the comments. I done did 3 Capitol buildings and churches. So y'all jump in the comments, and engineers and architects, y'all let me know what y'all think.